Hey, what's up, guys? We got another guide out. We're going to be talking about Bard LDoN raid augments, and if this was helpful, please make sure to like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Bards are pretty straightforward. They can wear a lot of different things, and it really doesn't make a really huge difference. The most important things on bards is you want to get your survivability as high as possible so you don't die. Everything else is kind of optional. So the good news is it's really cheap to gear a bard out with LDoN Augs because you don't need a whole lot of them. The bad news is you really don't get huge benefits from some of the stats. And we'll just go through everything here, and you can just kind of pick out whatever you want. I myself, I know how to play a bard, but I don't play one enough to where I'm like, okay, this is the best stat and this is the best stat. Generally, when I play a bard, I like to just go after the high defense stuff, and then I'm good. But we'll go over everything just so you can see what options you have, because there are a lot of bards out there. So, like I said, survivability is number one. The two best augs you can get are the heroic agility aug, which will give you +7, and then for heroic stamina, there's actually two you can get. One will give you +3, and one gives you +2. After that, the best augs are probably the armor class augs, in my opinion. And there's four of them you can get. One gives 35 AC, and you'll see this one fits in all kinds of aug slots, not just type 8. So that's really nice. This is like the highest AC one, and it's the most flexible. After that, you have one that gives you 30 AC, and two of them that give you 25 AC. So try to get all the ones that you can. And after you get that, you probably want to, maybe you want to do hit points. You can also do heroic dex. It's kind of up to you, whatever you want to do. I usually am just boxing my bard, so I don't go after heroic dex because I'm not going to be attacking too much. So I like to get the hit points. But there are 4 +70 hit point augs. There's 4 +50 hit point augs. And these are all multiple slot here. So you'll see these go in like type 7 and type 8 and a bunch of other slots too. Whereas these 70 HP ones are only type 8. And then after those, there's two type 7s here. These drop from raids that people don't really do that often, so you might not see these unless you're like for some reason doing Spider Den or Sunken Library. And they only go in group gear, so these aren't really necessary, but I wanted to throw them on there so you guys know that they exist. And after that, like I said, you can do heroic dex if you want. This is going to increase your accuracy and your proc rate, so you can get some extra damage out of this. Completely up to you if you want to go down this route. You don't have to. But there are 5 of them that you can pick up. 3 of them will give 3 heroic dex, and 2 of them give 2 heroic dex. Next, there's damage augments, and there's a couple different things you can choose from here. You have one that will give you +2 damage to one-hand slashing weapons. You have one that will give you +2 damage to one-hand blunt weapons, and you also have one that will give you +1 damage and +1 poison damage to one-hand piercing weapons. And none of these are lore, so you can get like 2 of each. If you have like 2 swords or 2 maces or whatever, you can actually get 2 of these, so that's kind of nice. Another fun option here is Shard of Eternal Pain. And since early on, bards attack really slow, this may or may not be better than the actual damage augments. I don't know. I didn't parse it out. And honestly, I don't really care because meleeing on a bard, it's pretty trivial for the most part. But it is a fun option you can get. So if you want to pick these up, it's a pretty cool augment that they put in the game here. And then after that, there's a whole bunch of heroic strength augs you can pick up. So bards don't usually tank, but this will give you like some extra damage shield and a little bit more melee damage. If you decide you want to get these, there's 4 of them that will give you 4 heroic strength. And those are all type 8, and the remaining of them are just type 3, so it's only going to fit into like LDoN type gear that has type 3 slots in it. So these you probably won't use unless maybe you're on Agnar and you're trying to like min-max something. But I threw them on the list just so you know about them. And after that, if you're short on attack or you're short on haste, there's actually 2 augments you can pick up that have 40% haste and +20 attack on them. So if you want to get either one of those, you can. And also there's 4 type 8s that'll give you +25 attack. And there's 3 type 3s which will give you +20 attack. So those are all good if you're not at the attack cap. And lastly, this can be pretty important for bards. If you're low on mana regen, there are +4 +3 mana regen augments that you can pick up. So there's an option there for you. And these are probably, pretty good bang for your buck if you're not maxed out on flowing thought, which maxes at 15. So that's pretty much all the options and everything that I think we need to go over here. So please make sure to like the video and also please subscribe to the channel. All right, thanks guys. Bye.